Hello, this is Austin from the Lukewarm Cinema Podcast, and you are listening to the BS Podcast Network.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go, ladies.
No, wait. Can I play the opening?
Oh, yeah, you can play the opening.
I want to play the opening.
You can play open.
You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Hey man, what up? You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with your hosts, Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee, man. These are some good old boys from New Orleans, and you should just kick back, open your ear holes, and listen, man. Have fun. JMU saying snooch to the dude.
Yes. Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way. Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Look at this man over here getting some sound, creative, artistic things happening with the sound. Look at that, sir.
I like it.
Applauses. I got to give you applauses.
Thank you.
That is, yes.
Slight tweaking here and there needs to happen going forward. Some things had to be forced in there to fit, but made it happen.
But yeah, just in fact, you're stepping into the sound realm, man. You're making art with that. That's just beautiful. I love it. Just art, creativity. Just
That's
it touches
insane.
me.
And how'd you like that opening?
That was insane.
Dude.
That was insane in a good way.
I don't know if it makes the edit, but I all over the face, neck, and this computer. I
you all
freaking
right?
I just like what?
Yeah, that
It
was
took me a couple seconds, like
What a good
to
dude.
the booch. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, I was like, huh? And then when he said, I was like, oh.
Well, the funny thing was watching his reaction when he knew and watching your reaction when you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was killer, man.
That's
we saw him in
awesome.
New Orleans here too. That's pretty killer. Anyway, guys, look, Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. As Jay said, we are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us today. We have some news to talk about, as well as some fraudulent for business that's going to be happening. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And on this show, we follow the Disney concept of edutainment, where we focus on your entertainment, and along the way, you just might learn a thing or two.
Hey.
And as always, to join in our discussion, we have our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing really good. Snoochie Boochies and all that.
Snoochie Boochies. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's quite an intro.
I am master of the clit.
Oh, man. Tell them who you are. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. That's right. And also, the other master we have on the show is our resident travel agent from Magical Moments Vacations, the Shaggy T.A. Lee Lastavica. How you doing, Lee?
Nords, drinking beer, smoking weed.
Smoking blunt. Yes. Stage dive. Love it.
How things in Houston, man?
Hot as hell.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah, it's hot over here,
Yeah, a
too.
little, man. Yeah, and then, I've been spending like hours at a time out in the sun dealing with the pool and setting up the pool and trimming trees so they don't get in the pool. And
You've been trimming your tree?
sunburned
I didn't know you
Yeah,
were manscaping.
Yeah, well, I leave the beard long, but I leave the other area short.
Oh, yeah.
Prune where it counts.
Yeah. That's right. Fruit of the prunes.
I like that you got a new segment for cooking with magic.
Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, man, I'm a little toasty right now. That's all I'll say.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hopefully you can cool off in your pool whenever it's done.
Yeah.
Right?
I was just about ready to say. Hopefully you can take a dip. Is the pool done?
It's set up. Yeah, it's set up. Didn't even get to swim in it because it took too long to fill it up. I started filling it up probably about 4 o'clock, and I went to bed at 11.
No,
I went to bed at 11. It still wasn't full. So
Yeah, that's a whole day affair to fill up a pool, dude.
yeah. So I'm not looking forward to my water bill next month, but
On that note, guys, book some vacations with Lee at Lastavica Travel.
Yeah,
because he needs
please.
to pay that water bill.
That's right.
He's open.
Listen through the show, and we're going to tell you how to do that.
I bet the mosquitoes are happy.
I bet you they are too. My kid's happy though, so that's what matters.
Oh, well, how
Yeah,
about
I mean,
Oh,
I
you
got
little mosquitoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wait till that Zika virus comes back around.
Yeah. Be a big old pool of
Maybe it'll
Zika
knock out
hanging
the
out.
COVID.
Oh, there you go.
A battle of epic proportions.
COVID versus Zika. It's like celebrity death match.
Who will win?
Sunday. And for today's show, we are talking about some relaxation stations over here in Walt Disney World. And for the hub, we're talking about some fraudulent for business here. And with Eli doing something that he did back way back on whatever number that was, 223 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones to do. But unfortunately here, we're not going to have a fraudulent 4, but we are going to have extra tales of fraud.
Extra tales of fraud.
Yeah,
okay.
so we're going to have like 3 extra tales to piggyback. So now it's almost like the Magnificent 7. This will be like the fraudulent 7.
It's
So you
like,
gotta listen to
the
first
15
part.
commandments.
Yes.
The 10 commandments.
Tales from the fraud side.
Tales from the fraud side. Excellent. Well, definitely looking forward to that, guys. So look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some magic. Or non-magic.
Fraudulent magic.
Fraudulent magic. Right.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Wiggins, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the queue, and this is the segment in which we get to discuss the news happening in the world of Disney today. And a few shows ago, we discussed the parameters upon which Walt Disney World would reopen, knowing that the Florida summer was upon us. We had pondered the feasibility of wearing a mask for the majority of the day while in the parks. It just so happens that one of the points we had touched upon was about these relaxation zones in which patrons could be sans mask for a little bit. I believe Eli equated this to the smoking lounges in airports. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right.
The New York Post reports of Walt Disney World receiving some flack about these things. These areas, what they as Disney refers to as relaxation zones. Specifically the indoor ones, right? The New York Post, after referencing WWT Today and Inside the Magic, suggests that they, and I quote, they appear to be flouting the advice of many health experts who have emphasized the importance of wearing a mask in indoor public spaces as COVID-19 hits record highs in Florida.
Flouting.
Floundering. Like flautas. Lee likes flautas.
I love some delicious flautas.
Flautas are good.
Flautas are good.
Yeah.
I go for flautas.
Some chicken flautas with some sour cream and guacamole. Hell yeah.
Guacamole? Guacamole, yes.
Guacamole.
Anyway, the New York Post quotes an unnamed Disney spokeswoman, and this is an article, they never mention the name, and they say, and I quote, from Walt Disney World, who confirmed that the company's decision to include indoor mask-free spaces, telling the Post each park offers at least one indoor location with AC, and that there is physical distancing and a limited number of guests that are allowed. And then this guy, Daniel Ulfelder, a Florida lawyer who sued DeSantis in March, Governor DeSantis of Florida, if you didn't know. He sued him in March when he opened the beaches and told the Post that the governor's laissez-faire attitude is utter chaos.
It's the 4th of July. Those beaches will be open.
That's right.
July. That's right.
July and me, man.
Sick vandals, Martin.
And I quote, to finish out, Ulfelder says the virus doesn't respect county barriers. He says he loves Florida. I'm a second-generation Floridian. It's like I'm watching a family member get mangled by this president and this governor.
Damn.
There you have it, guys.
I want him hung up by that Buster Browns.
Yeah. What do y'all think of this? There you go. Specifically, the article is talking about the indoor sans-free mask spaces or smoking lounges or
chill spots.
The chill spots.
Lounges.
Yes. Can I tell you, I read this article like 3 times.
3 times.
3 times. I read this article because the title of the article is that people were ripping Disney. Ripped.
And I'm
Disney.
reading straight from the article. It says Disney World ripped over indoor mask-free relaxation zones.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see anybody in the article ripping Disney for the relaxation
No,
zones?
of course not. And they're quoting like WW Today and Inside the Magic. It's like, as far as Disney fans go, those 2 sites are kind of like, eh.
Yeah, but even if you follow those 2 sites, no one's ripping Disney for the relaxation zones.
I don't feel any rippage.
No, there's totally no rippage. Well, I mean, like, look, I can understand the people that they did quote were they had a problem with Disney opening as quickly as they did. That's understandable. That's a conversation worth having. Did they open too soon?
And we knew about this.
Yes.
The article talks about the unions and whatnot. Of course, we already knew about this. People have an issue with it, but there's no rippage happening.
No, totally no rippage.
Is it even relaxed rippage?
Not even relaxed rippage at all. Okay. No rippage. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe they found a Twitter person or two with like 14 followers that said something negative about these relaxation zones, but I never saw anything ripping the relaxation zones, because I've got news for you. If you've got a problem with the 3 relaxation zones, there's a lot more. They're called restaurants. Go to Liberty Tree, go to Be Our Guest, go to Cosmic Rays. Any place that you can sit down and eat, you get to remove your mask. that's the whole idea of these relaxation zones.
Well, I didn't even realize there was such a thing as these relaxation zones indoors. Yeah, I mean, I'd seen these things with, there'd be a spot, as Eli alluded to, that maybe the former smoking areas that could be that, but I didn't realize there was some indoors, and it is kind of a conflict when you think about it, because the indoor areas are supposedly the most dangerous. If you're going to be indoors, if you're going to go inside Walmart, if you're going to go inside Home Depot, whatever, you're supposed to have a mask on. But as you said, I mean, as long as you're not on top of each other and there's space between the sections you're sitting in, it's no different than sitting at a restaurant. So
that's
yeah. Here's the funny thing about the article: they mentioned 2 outdoor spaces specifically, right? So Pete's Silly Sideshow as well as the Pizza Safari, right? And so they offer that, but then when they actually get to the paragraph talking about indoor air-conditioned mask-free areas, they really didn't specify a specific area. I mean, I'll read the sentence. It says, the indoor air-conditioned mask-free areas offer respite from the sweltering summer heat, and Disney notes that tables will be spaced 10 feet apart. Yeah. And then that's it. They didn't really specify anything else.
10 feet apart is more than we get here. Like, our tables have to be 6 feet apart. If you go to a restaurant right now, all tables have to be minimum 6 feet apart. And I've been to restaurants where they're not 6 feet apart. I'm just saying, 10 feet apart in an air-conditioned area that isn't serving food, that just allows you a respite from the heat. I don't have a problem with this. I don't understand why this is an issue. You can go eat at the Plaza, Liberty Tree, Cosmic Rays, any of the ones that I just named, and all of those places you are eligible to remove your mask. If you're walking around the parks having a drink, you're permitted to remove your mask. There are several different instances in which you can remove your mask. So this to me, I mean, I'm trying to figure out who's ripping them.
I don't feel any rippage. I don't feel ripped.
No, like if you want to say they opened too early, okay, fine, it's a separate conversation, and I'm totally comfortable having that conversation because that's a good conversation I think to have. I would have preferred them to stay closed a little bit longer, especially in the state Florida is in right now. But I mean, here we are. Relaxation zones is the least of our problems.
And when I was doing research for this particular news segment, this is the only New York Post article is the only one that was like this. Title like that is, I didn't see anybody else. They just talked about the relaxation areas, but didn't mention any rippage happening.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that sensationalistic bullshit, though, that makes you question all the other stuff that you're reading. It's like, that's false. It's not even close to being accurate.
Yeah. And it's a New York Post, so people are, as far as New York Post goes, people are kind of,
Yeah, I mean, I feel the pain for the people that need to go out, go to the park, have a mask on. It's hot. It's humid. You can barely breathe in that thing. I know I've said this before. I keep testing my endurance with wearing a mask when I have to go to work. The most I can do is 25 minutes. And, like, I can't, my glasses fog up. I can't breathe right.
Yeah, if you've got glasses, it's
glasses helps.
Oh, yeah. And so I know for a fact that there are just times where I have to go and that's your rippage. We rip the mask off your damn face so you can breathe. So I totally get why you need to have that. And I'm sure they're going to regulate it enough where it's not going to be like Lisa, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like 200 people like just breathing all over everybody.
Well, yeah, there is a cast member at the entrance to these relaxation zones.
Exactly. And I'm sure they'll have like a handful of people at a time. Then, when somebody leaves, you can come in, that kind of stuff.
I just think, like, to Kevin's point, I mean, the New York Post, okay, people who know better know enough to be able to question what you're seeing. But at the same time, there are people who are like, it's the New York Post. You know the name. You know New York Post.
It's reputable.
It's a reputable name. It carries weight. And so when you see that and you're like, that's what disturbs me. When I see reputable, I shouldn't say reputable. When I see well-known news organizations carrying a story that is overwhelmingly false, and in fact, the title of their article doesn't even back up the substance of their article.
No, absolutely.
That's disturbing to me because you're making a bad situation worse. Just tell the truth. Okay, yeah, there are people out there because the people they cited had legitimate issues with Disney reopening early, and I do think some people were dishonest. I do think that I saw a lot of people posting pictures of people standing close together, which may have represented a fraction of a moment in time, but overwhelmingly what you saw
there's
from
like
the people.
One picture that keeps getting circulated on every website.
What's that, Seven Doors Mine Train?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if there was a major problem with people being bunched up together, you would see 8 to 10 different instances, but it's the same one picture
Right.
that keeps getting circulated around. So it's just silly.
Thank you.
You know, it really is. And, you know, it's like, of course, if I'm looking hard enough, I'm going to be able to find, oh, look, that guy doesn't have his mask on. You know, you're going to be able to do that. But if they're doing the best they can, you know, it's off topic, but we're all just trying to do the best we can, man. You know, and we don't need people being the mask police, but we also need people to do what they can when they can.
That's really well said, Lee. And to your point, you don't need people ratcheting up fear any more than we've already got.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
Exactly.
That's
Praise
people,
Jesus.
That's the truth. There.
People
Ooh.
are already scared enough, and here you are lying, and you can't even back up your own claim for the title of your article in the substance of your article. That is sad.
Yeah, it's the New York Times versus New York Post. Times is still pretty reputable.
Yeah, that's foul.
And one more point to that effect. I mean, I think it's a really good thing that Disney is allowing this, because it's not healthy to be breathing in significant amounts of carbon dioxide while you're walking around. I mean, these relaxation zones seem like a really good idea to me, and I'm kind of glad that they're doing this, because that helps my idea of, okay, it makes sense because you don't have people suffocating in the heat that are going to drop dead because they have some kind of health condition, and now they're breathing in CO2 more than they're breathing in oxygen at this rate. And I'm glad Disney is doing this. I mean, again, we can disagree as to whether or not they should be open right now, and again, that's a conversation worth having. We've already had, but to criticize them for giving people a respite from this when every restaurant is a respite from this, it's ridiculous. It's awful. Fake news kind of
It ain't killing
stuff.
me.
And
I hate wearing a mask, and I know I have to, just like we all do. And yeah, I would rather have a place to breathe than not. If these guys, like you say, Daddy, you have to keep breathing your own, carbon dioxide.
That's it.
There's gonna be a lot of lawsuits ripping off. That's gonna happen. People drop dead on the walkway. You don't want that, do you?
I hate crowds at Disney World. I'd love to be there during this time period.
I know. I was looking at some of the live footage, and I'm like, man, this would be a great time to
I
do that.
know, dude. It's like, dude, I could take my time going around the park, taking as many pictures as I want, really soaking in the atmosphere. I'd love to be there during this, but I'm not walking around like that.
All it takes is one person, though.
No.
All it takes.
And I'm not risking my health, to be honest
your
with you.
family's health, yeah.
That's exactly it. I don't want to do either of those two things, and that's what you have to do to be there right now. And God bless the people who want to be there. They're not worried about that. And they're on the front lines of this experiment, and I hope they all, God willing, they go home safe, because then that tells us maybe that Disney's precautions are suitable. Their food, on the other hand, according to the NBA players, not so much.
Whole different story. Yes.
Whole different story.
Yes, absolutely. But guys, look, we're curious to know what you think about this particular article, or if you've given any thought to it. Let us know at show@magicourway.com. Your opinions are always welcome. And here we are on the hub, and this is the main segment portion of our show. And today we are talking about Tales of Fraud with Eli. He did something like this back on show 223 on a show called Disney Fraudulent 4. But today we're just talking about some further tales of fraud. So Eli, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir, and where would you like to begin?
Yes. So just for those who haven't heard that past episode, which you totally should, because I believe it's a classic.
223.
Yes, 223.
One of my favorites.
Cop that.
Find it on YouTube, maybe.
All good. So in these three stories I'm about to tell you, it relates to cast members, people who actually worked for Disney that committed fraud while working for the company.
Interesting. So whereas a 223 was external, this is more internal.
This one goes deep,
We're getting
deep into the fraud.
A deep.
All that deep.
Calls coming from inside the house kind of fraud.
That's it.
That's
kind
right.
of fraud. These were the people that you would talk to about getting a refund, and they were smiling in your face while they stabbing the company in the back.
Deep.
Way deep.
So fraud that didn't affect any of us.
No.
Fraud we're cool with.
No, it affected the company as well.
Yeah, affected
Yeah.
the company.
Yes, affected the company. And there's, again, three tales. You're going to enjoy them. Take a listen. You'll love it. All right. Now, a while back, we did a show about a gentleman whose name was Jamaica Hall. Y'all remember Jamaica Hall?
Yeah, Jamaica Hall.
Jamaica
Yeah,
Hall.
Of course, you remember Jamaica.
Tossing it down the hall. All right, for those of you guys that didn't hear that, it was funny. That was a good time.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So Jamaica Hall. Okay, he's a cast member. And he was a guy that you would see in the hotels. And so, like, if you were somebody like, hey, Miles keeping peed in the pool, and then they went in my bedroom, took on the pillow, I want my refund back, I want my money back, then you would talk to Jamaica. At Jamaica,
I would want a lot more of my money.
Yeah.
Wait, this dude's on my bed?
Well, that's not, no, Jamaica didn't in the bed. I'm just saying that if you wanted a refund, babe, I was just going over the top.
Okay, I just didn't remember that story.
Yeah, no, that wasn't part of the story.
That must have been one of them rooms that NBA players got.
Yes, that's a good point, right? And so if somebody was upset, like, so let's say, the Kimby Matumbo or something was down there, and then like he didn't like what was going on, he would ask for his money back, and you wouldn't tell the Kimby, no. You'd be like, yes.
Not in my room.
That's right. So Jamaica would be that guy. What Jamaica Hall would do is he would go ahead and he would
what
say,
would Jamaica do? What? WWJD.
He would make a bobsled team, man.
yes, man.
No, that J, man, that's not Jesus. That's Jamaica.
Jamaica. You feel it, Irish. So he would give you the refund, and what
Jamaica would give you the refund.
Jamaica would give you the refund.
Because he just said, let it have it.
Yeah. The whole point is for the guest to be happy, right?
Oh,
He's the big man. Guest got to be happy. He would give you the refund, but what he would do on the back scene is he would actually take your money and he would transfer it to accounts that he had like dummy accounts.
Oh, Swiss bank accounts?
Well, it wasn't Swiss. I mean, it went for the Jamaica. So
Jamaica
it was like
Bank accounts.
international. Yeah, it's the International Bank of Jamaica Hall. So this gentleman, now this is between April 2016 and December 2016. So he takes that, he racks up about $49,000 worth of money in his account. All right. Now the guests don't really know what's happening. He's basically taking the money from Disney, being a cast member, because that's supposed to go back to Disney. But he's what you call Jamaica in the middle. You understand? So he got in the middle. He took the cash for himself.
He's like Malcolm, but no, he's more Jamaica.
Yeah, he's all down the hall with that. So he racks up $49,000, and of course the corporation Disney gets wind of it. And they say, all right, this looks kind of shady. And of course, it all happens to be going on while Jamaica's on his shift. It's not hard to figure out.
It also happens to all be going to his account. That would be a big red flag that, we've had $49,000 in refunds, and they're all going back to this particular same account.
Man, look at this auditor right here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why he works for Journeys.
Spoken like a man who's put lots of people in jail.
Look at this auditor right here, man, right on the Magic Hour podcast.
It's like having a secret weapon. You didn't even know it, but he was right there.
You didn't even tell Lee the whole story, and he sniffed it out.
He knew it. That's what I was banking on.
Lee, that's awesome. You made me proud, brother.
That's right. Man, come through, Lee. I like that. So now he gets Jamaica, not Lee. Jamaica gets busted for this. All right. He cops to it. There's no way out of it.
Jamaica busted.
Yeah, Jamaica busted. Of course, Disney fires him because, where's the trust there now? And so he's up in, he's still in jail. From what I can see, there wasn't too much left on him because they had him left on, I think it was like $10,000 worth of bail.
So Jamaica in jail.
Yeah, I think he's
still in jail.
I didn't see anything that said Jamaica's out and he's working for Disney again, or he's working for a bank or anything.
He's working for Disney again. Okay.
Well, Disney is desperate for help. Yes.
Not to be, he's what they call blacklisted in Disney now.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that what's going on?
Absolutely,
man. Throw you down the hall for that.
His name.
So here's the thing. So yeah, he's spending his time. Now remember, that's in 2016, right? But as of July 3rd of this year,
Jamaica free.
No.
Free Jamaica.
Yes.
But Jamaica should have a shot. All we are saying is give Jamaica a job. But no, this is not about Jamaica. This is just to say that in the past that this fraud was done. But now moving forward.
Oh,
wait. So
we're in the second.
We got a copycat?
Yes.
A Jamaica copycat?
That's it. Yes. So, bam.
It's like Buffalo Bill copying Hannibal Lecter kind of
it's like the same. It's the same crime currently as of this month. So now we're jumping to the future.
Like right now, where the show's released.
Yes. So in the beginning of this month, the month of July, this lady here, her name is Jennifer Alejandra Insuasi.
Another J.
Whoa, Jennifer Alejandro
Insuasi.
I had to actually look up the pronunciation of that last name.
Is she on Cameo?
I'll give her 10 years, maybe. She'll be back on there.
So Jamaica, what's her middle? Well, not Jamaica. Sorry, Jennifer. What?
It is crazy that like the people that commit these crimes right now both start with the letter J.
That's
is
perfect.
People don't want to talk about it, but that J is a evil letter.
J's a killer.
So what? Jennifer. What?
Jennifer Alejandra
Insuasi.
Esposito.
Yes.
Yeah.
Destopoulos.
Despacito.
Yeah, it is.
My name is Manuel Alejandro Desposito.
And you killed my father. Prepare to die.
Better die. Tell the truth. Now,
Insuasi.
so she lives in Kissimmee, and so she worked in
Kiss who?
Kissimmee.
Kissing me.
Hello,
Right.
I am Insuasi. Kissing me.
Kissimmee.
Kissing me.
You gotta love it.
Kiss your job goodbye.
Be kissing something else.
She's a cast member too.
Yeah, she's a cast member too. She was a guest experience services coordinator at Disney.
Miss Insuasi.
Miss Insuasi.
C. Oh, I'm sorry. C. Yes.
Insuasi.
Yes.
See? No, so Miss Insuasi basically had the same job that Mr. Hall did.
Okay.
And so,
Did she take over for Jamaica Hall? That'd be awesome.
Oh, I mean, essentially, it's like in the same department, but I don't think they said, "Hey, you take his spot." And she was like, "What did he do?" And then they tell her. But the funny thing is that she does the same type of job, but does the same exact crime.
It's cursed, man. It's kind of like Indiana Jones with the Holy Grail.
The temptation is just too much.
She needed the father to say, "Hey, just let it go, Indiana, let it go."
Let it
Yeah.
go. Well, so Insuasi, the thing is, though, she did something different. So what she would do, Miss Insuasi, what she would do is you would come with a complaint, you the guest. Now, instead of doing what Jamaica did, which was to say, "Oh yeah, I'll give you a refund," and then like shift the money, what she does is she comps you tickets. So she's like, "Oh, look, here's a round of free golf. Here, you could go to the water parks, or here, you could go ahead and, hit this ride for the, for the day. Sorry about
It's
your
around the
inconvenience."
foot golf.
Yeah. There you go. You want to surf? Get on
You
that.
want to kick this ball in the hole? There you go.
So, yeah. So that's what she would do. But now the refund that she was supposed to issue the guests instead of the comps, she took that, compiled that money, and then she split it into different accounts.
Oh.
This lady,
She was smarter than Jamaica then. She had several accounts.
she had several accounts. She was trying to take care of her people, though. It was kind of like a Robin Hood kind of effect.
Her people.
Yeah, she took money for herself, of course, but then she was giving money to her old man, her boyfriend, family members, cousins, sisters. So basically whoever she would,
Her mom and them,
all the people.
as we say in New Orleans.
Yes, all the moms and them. So her total actually surpasses Jamaica's total. So if you remember, Jamaica Hall's total is about 49 grand.
Yeah.
Miss Insuasi went anywhere from up to $100,000 to $160,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had multiple articles. Some said it was 100, some said it was 160. I just said, let's just go in the middle. Because still, if it's over 100, that's not small duckies. You know what I'm saying?
Duckies?
That's what I call it.
Small duckies?
That's not small duckies.
Benji's?
Yeah, Benji's. Cheddar.
Ah.
Paper. A lot
Dough.
of paper.
Hmm.
Dough.
Gotcha. I never heard of small duckies before. I've heard of different things. Small duckies. Okay. Hey, you're with the millennials right now. You're up on the lingo. I'm not. Small
yeah, I'm
duckies.
not.
Gotcha.
I'm not either.
I really liked him on Pretty in Pink. He was a good character.
Oh, Ducky.
Yeah.
So now the family members that got the money, according to them, they took what they needed and then they gave the rest back to Miss Insuasi, who could have just taken that money and put it back into Disney's account. Nobody would have been known the wiser. But instead, she kept the money for herself, racked up the total, and of course, she probably audited. They figured out that it was her because, right? It's a shift, there's an account, everything like that. So Disney calls the cops on her. She confesses and just, bam, they haul off to Oceana County Jail. So she confesses
I was
to
going
the
to say Oceana. That sounds awesome. But, no, it's a jail. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's like
I thought it was like a water park.
Osceola. I'm sorry. I might need to do that line. I'm sorry.
Osceola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Osceola. I'm sorry. But
Oceana. That sounds like
I was about to say, wasn't that an airline and executive
I
decision?
know it just kind of jumped in my head. I'm looking right at it. I just went for the
Osceola
O.
County. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
okay.
Yeah,
I
Osceola
apologize.
County is the other.
No worries.
Yeah, it's not in the
Governing
OC. It's the
Not
No,
orange.
man.
Well, orange and
I
Osceola.
thought she was going down the lazy
there's-
river and
floating on money,
tropical drinks with umbrellas in them and stuff. Okay.
having some fun.
Not Oceana.
Not Oceana. So
Osceola.
So she turns herself in. At this time, remember, this just happened around like July second or third.
Damn, that's recent.
Very recent. So she's currently being investigated by, the Florida police. But yeah, the man, everybody's up in the business. Of course, Disney has fired her. Now her relatives, to avoid being further investigated, like, hey, look, she gave us the money, but look, we gave the money back. So I think right now they kind of have taken the heat off of themselves. So she's kind of falling on the sword for this one.
So let's say she gave him $5,000.
Right. So
then they spent $250, and then they gave her the remaining money back.
Yeah, they gave her. Yeah, they gave her the rest. But that's
so this money is just bouncing around from relative to relative, and each one takes what they need.
Well, she broke it off to each one of them individually, the way I understand it.
Okay.
And so so the family members, I'm guessing like maybe the older ones, maybe the mom or the the brother or whatever, they said, yeah, we gave it back to her, but that doesn't mean they gave it back to Disney. That just meant that they told her, here, it showed up from her account to mine. I don't know where it came from. I said, hey, look, I wrote her a check back for the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with this money. I know where it came from.
I didn't even know it came from Disney, man.
I mean, I don't know. Now, they had like some weird terms, and I'm sure Lee, dealing with accountants and whatnot, will know what they all mean. I kind of have like a small brisk understanding of it. And
you had a brisk today?
I did. It was very refreshing.
Oh, wow.
A brisk.
Yeah, that's good tea. But
took a little off the top?
A little bit, keep you fresh.
Shalom.
There's a trick. Hello. And an Insuasi to you too, sir.
I thought you were making yourself more marketable on the dating scene.
Go for it.
Making it look prettier.
That's it. So no, but she never took the money and put any of it back in the Disney thing. Now she went to Osceola County Jail. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Osceola. Thank you very much. And now her bond is $100,000. So she surpasses Jamaica in all fashions.
Oh, but she could pay for that out of her account.
She could pay for Jamaica's bail.
Got 160 laying around, I guess.
You know, she like Jamaica. We was people. We were both cast members. I understand your pain. Here's a little $10 to get you out of bail. Now, if you could figure out a way to turn that into $100,000, pay me back, I'd appreciate that.
So, okay, I want to think about this out loud. If Jennifer's giving her relatives money, at first I was thinking she's giving refunds onto their cards or their accounts. And if that's the case, then they would see a refund on their credit card or a credit in their debit account from Walt Disney. So they know it's coming from Walt Disney.
Unless she put it into Jennifer's account, and then Jennifer distributed.
That's what I was going to say.
She laundered it through Jennifer's account.
It's been laundered.
But then that would have been, they should have called earlier because they should have seen all these refunds going to the same account, just like Jamaica. If they didn't learn nothing from Jamaica.
Well, but it only took them 9 months to figure this out?
Yeah. I mean,
she got 100,000 though.
Yeah, she got to be. Yeah, she
for
got to
Disney, 100,000 though.
But you think of it like this: it's refund, so it's not like somebody's paying her, and then she's straight taking the cash that they're paying her and then shuffling it out. What she's actually doing is she's comping them, but she's giving them quote unquote refund. So the guest doesn't know what's going on. They're cool.
The guest has no idea. The guest is like, "Oh, I got my free tickets for mini golf," and when she's in the computer is giving them a refund on their account, on their whatever. They're like, "Oh, let me refund you $100 off your room." But of course, that doesn't go to their account; it goes to her account or to a relative's account. So yeah, I 100% understand how that works.
But you have like Disney's corporation, so maybe there's like this sense of revenue that hasn't hit their account yet, so to speak. Like it's just kind of like in a transit, and that might be what she's kind of pulling from. Hence, that's why Disney doesn't get it right off the bat. But then once they start to say, "Hey, this is kind of weird. We're losing money, but we haven't gained it where they come from," then they can start to isolate where that revenue was supposed to be once they start to retain it.
And you said this all happened like a month ago, right?
This happened this month.
Less than a month ago.
Okay, so this month. So maybe Disney caught it because
she turned herself in as of this month.
She turned herself in.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this happened because Disney is now investigating every
dime and penny. Yes.
And so they're a little bit more apt to notice.
They're very vigilant.
Scroogeous, if you will.
Yes.
When you normally have $5 billion in sales or whatever it may be, then $1,000 isn't going to be noticeable. But when you have no sales and $1,000 goes missing, you're like, wait a minute, this is how did we get a refund if we didn't sell anything?
That's it.
Be our guest in jail.
You know, it's like you think though that they would have eventually learned their lessons and like have some kind of report they run, or you know, like you could very easily like run all refunds for all customer service reps for the last 2 months. I guarantee you Jennifer is going to be the number one refund giver. Like she's going to stand out because she's doing it so often, more than normal. So she should stand out. You would think they'd have some kind of refund report or guest satisfaction report or something that they would be looking at, but I guess not. Again, you know, I mean, $1,000 to them is probably nothing.
I was going to say, that's it.
Well, Lee, on behalf of Disney, we don't have the superior intellect that you do. If we had an auditor like you on the books, we probably would have caught that a lot sooner.
Sí, jefe.
Yes, jefe.
Eso así, jefe.
Plethora. Yeah, Lee, you need to apply for jobs. Okay, I could have prevented this for you.
Lee, this is you, man.
I'd be saving y'all millions of dollars, and all you got to give me is just like a free annual pass or something. We'll be solid.
That's all.
That's all you're
And
asking
benefits,
for.
right? I'm
yeah,
assuming
you want some cash?
Lee, can they at least pay for your above ground pool?
You took that joke right where I was thinking it.
Be the Grand Floridian. I'm assuming in that pool.
God bless you.
Good luck. There's a couple of NBA players you got to kick out of that.
That's right.
Yeah. They ain't there anyway. It ain't good enough for them.
All right, so who's number 3?
yeah, what else we got?
There we go.
So we got Jamaica, we got Jennifer, and Swasi.
So we knocked out 2 right there.
Get 2 right there. Same thing. Yeah.
So we're gonna move
Jamie.
on. No more J's this time.
John.
Not for this one. No more J's. I don't.
Jehoshaphat.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna move on to the third story. We're gonna call that one.
What's the name? What's the name?
Hacking in the Stream.
Hacking in the stream. That is what we are. No one in between. All up in your stream.
I was praying when I made that title. I'm like, man. I said, man, if I know these guys, they gotta know that song. I
Hacking in the Stream.
Yes.
So what's the name of the perpetrator in this one?
Well, here's the thing. You remember when Disney Plus first launched?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so apparently because it was such a big launch and everything like that, they got hacked. You remember that story?
Oh, I did?
Yes.
They took a lot of people's accounts.
They took a lot of people's accounts.
Big.
And big, it was big. It was
They sold them back to other people for like $6.
Yes, between $6 to $11 in some countries.
Okay.
Yeah, so the thing is here is that while they go ahead and they took it and they summed it up, well, I went ahead and I was looking up different computer sites, right? So there was this one in particular that saw what happened, read all of the stuff on Twitter and, you know, about how to be like, I set up this account for my dad so he could watch Star Wars and now he got hacked, you know. Damn it, thanks, Disney. Now, Disney themselves says, hey, look, our service doesn't show anything that says our security got breached. So this one site, it goes ahead and they actually go into the black market, the dark web, if you will, because that's where all of the accounts are. And so there's one in particular called the Empire Market, which is a dark website. Not like you should just go and Google that. You probably want a machine that's not on any network or something that is
The
private.
Empire Market?
The Empire Market, yes. So that's a dark web.
That's the gift shop on the Imperial Star Cruiser.
There it is.
The Imperial Market.
It's like you get everything wrapped up by a
Right.
stormtrooper.
Dark side the toilet paper, dark
Right.
side the plushie, dark side the notebook, dark side the
That's it.
backpack, dark side the luggage in case you left yours at home.
I mean, that's nice. You get a Darth Maul pin for every
Darth
100
Maul
trip
pin?
you take. you
Yeah,
know.
it's 2-sided, so you can write on either side.
Thanks. Wish you were here. You know, sign the Empire.
I was on the Imperial Starship and all I got was blown up.
Oh man. So this person goes to the Empire Market, which is a popular website on the dark web.
This person have a name yet?
No, this was part of a. This was part of
it was
tech.
deep web, so it was dark.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so deep. He doesn't even have a name.
I don't
no
even.
deep.
It doesn't
He's off
even-
the radar.
Yeah,
Yes, he's so deep.
I went and tried to look like they had like pictures and like it would have like these weird names, but they'd be like these weird icons. Like it was like this illustration of a girl with black hair crying while ravens were flying around her, and it was like, you know, some guy with a hood like over his face. And
Sounds like some Games of Thrones.
Let's
Yeah.
say, didn't I play a video game like that?
it's some weird. And they had like names, but their names weren't like, you know, Saints Fan 32. It would be like Artemis 4 or 5 $sign. Like it was just this long string of just bizarre ass names.
Bunch of string. Text string.
A number silly string. So,
all right, so go ahead.
So the main thing was so Disney said that on their end they never got hacked, which made everybody kind of figure out, well, what happened, how many people actually got hit, and the way they estimated it was about 10% of their subscribers, which is basically like over 10,000 people. So it's still a lot. But yeah, I guess Disney thinks so high of the service that
it was like the park reservation system. It was like, hey,
that's it.
Wasn't our cable, it was your cable.
It was your cable that did it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what they did is they go ahead and they place the blame back on the consumer and say, hey, you know what you probably did? You probably used the same password for Disney Plus that you used to check your bank account, or that you used to get into your Yahoo, stuff like that.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, how many passwords can you remember?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like every single time my iPhone says, "Hey, we're going to suggest a password for you," there's no way I'm going to remember that.
Yo, XJ132FN capital X.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
It's like the 45th like stormtrooper ever created. Like, you're way after Finn 5-2, whatever the frick his name was. FN whatever.
FN6654309.
You could buy him on the Empire Market. There you go.
I can buy. Oh, good.
FN90210.
There you go.
What?
Can I tell you, that'd be a great Disney Plus show.
What? Empire 90210?
Bunch of stormtroopers at the Peach Pit.
Taking their helmets off, having a sandwich.
Why won't Brenda commit?
Because she still likes Luke.
All right, moving on.
So no, it's all good. So what they suggested is that, and that's what this other site that I saw hopes that Disney will do in the future, is that they'll give you like a 2-style encryption password. You know, like you see those.
Yeah, they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, they haven't done that.
2-step verification
like duo
process.
push, send a text to your phone number. All that.
So these guys on the dark web, it's still dark. They're unknown, but they're selling multiple accounts for pennies on the dollar just to see who will buy it.
Okay.
And there's millions of, but look, it's not just Disney Plus, it's Hulu, it's Amazon, it's Netflix.
Right.
So it's part of a collective. That's what they do.
That's what hackers do.
That's what the hackers do. So what was suggested in site, and that's why I wanted to bring up the story, because we don't just tell stories, but we also educate.
Oh,
right?
Is that what's happening? Okay.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't realize that was.
Oh,
okay.
I feel so moved to be learned.
No,
Oh,
I'm trying to
I'll be
trying to
learned.
help people, so nobody
Teach me, oh Eli. You're my only hope.
So the main thing that they do, it's called credential stuffing. I know you're gonna like that name.
Credential stuffing.
That's the name of my next band.
Exactly. It's better than crusty stuffing, right? So credential stuffing is basically when they get a set of credentials. Let's say you use your email at Yahoo, all right? And so you use Kevin is credential stuff in 69, right? So now they hack that, and then what they do is they don't really know what the password goes to. They just know what the password is. And then they match it with, like, they'll have your email address, and so they'll match that with anything else and see what that opens up. So it's like shotgunning. They say, let's see if it works on Amazon. Let's see if it works on Hulu. Let's see if it works on Disney Plus.
Like a force kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah. So while we're always capturing the same password, because like you say, it's a lot to remember.
Right.
That's how these guys will get one password and they'll just put it out everywhere. So if it unlocks the account, they're like, okay, this goes with Kevin because this is, credential stuff in 69. So this is what we'll use to work. Now, when these guys hacked the accounts that will, do this, using this for the Disney Plus accounts, they pretty much locked a whole bunch of people out, right? Now, they probably also have access to their email and anything else that these passwords would have privy to. So
y'all keep talking. I'm changing my email password.
Yeah,
real
so
quick.
I was about to say I was going to check my
right. So nobody else does this.
Yeah, because they're going to think like, I wonder what other sites they use this password on, because I know I do it.
Exactly. No, we're all guilty of it. And that's why I was like, hey, like, you know what? This one does have fraud. It's kind of offbeat, But it also
It's right up your alley, too.
But it's right up my alley. Yes, I'm learning, cybersecurity on the side, a lot of stuff. But that was the thing.
I don't want my Doc McStuffins violated. What was that?
You don't want your Doc McStuffin stuff.
Oh, no,
You
yeah,
don't
I
want the credential stuffing done to you.
Credential stuff. There you go.
Right,
No,
so-
that ain't happening. No.
So if you use
Things are changing.
So if you use the account, if you use credential stuffing 69 for Disney Plus, and that's the same thing you use for your banking account, at least change your banking account password, okay? So that way they don't blast it, find your bank and say, oh, good, now I have access to all your money. Because then people really getting stuff. If I could find the whole person took all my money, I'm just saying. So, okay, so that's one of the main things, right? So that's one step. Change your password for something that's really important.
So what did they do again?
What, the credential stuffing?
They stole all of our accounts and they gave them to other people.
Right.
And they sold them to other people. Did Disney stop it?
They really couldn't stop it because
So
that's what they were saying on their end.
So there are people right now watching Disney Plus with illegal accounts from Doc McStuffins.
Yes, so Dr. Stuffers might be living in Canada, let's say, because
Okay.
like Disney Plus went to what, like the Norwegian
Not a lot of
area,
places,
Canada,
yeah.
like a handful. So like these guys have the account, and then they're just selling it out there on the dark web.
Well, they can log in with a VPN anywhere in the world and just log into
And
the
pull
account.
it,
Yeah, and pull it. Yeah,
and pull it. And if they and also the way it works too. I mean, it's different. I didn't want to get too technical, but there's different ways that a hacker can check your stuff, right?
That's right.
So they could do like the man in the middle, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah,
if
man
you-
in the middle attacks.
That's
Yeah.
it, right? They get the.
I'm starting with the man in the middle.
That's right.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
I mean, it's better than the man on the moon, you know? So, yes. So, there's different ways that a hacker get in. They also said that one of the things they also had that possibly hacked these people's accounts was key logging software
Yeah.
malware.
Right, yeah.
So, right. So, that's something where the hacker doesn't really know what you're typing. It just knows what it knows what it is. It just doesn't know what it goes to. So like if you download just this weird kind of software, it doesn't look like it does anything on your computer, but in the background, it's logging in everything you're typing from whatever website you go to, and then it reports to the hacker. So the hacker's like, oh, okay, he went to this site, he used that. So I'll try that password and see what it gets. So yeah, just be wary of that. One of the other suggestions that was put on the site was like, look, if you have like a set of gift cards or something like that, tie that to your Disney Plus account. That way, if something does happen, it does get hacked, it's not tied to your actual bank account.
Oh, I see.
Right,
yeah.
so all they get is a limited amount of money if they hack that. That's right. But
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but until then, like you say, Kevin, Disney Plus, or at least Disney should put in like the two-step encryption to protect the users better, but they don't because they said, hey, we didn't see anything. So, I mean, like, they're not going to cop to being hacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do this. It's not like there's a spokesperson like, all right, look, right, Bob, I went to sleep and tell y'all really quick. Yeah, they up. They just went and got all our stuff. They know everything about you. They know what color, underwear you got. They know what you watch, everything. We sorry. Nothing we could do about it. Like, nobody's going to say that.
That'd be like a really good like Netflix show or something. You got hacked. Like instead of all that, you got punked and practical bloopers and jokes and whatever, all that bullshit. Like you got hacked. Yeah.
There's Bob. Bob,
Your
didn't know.
401k is in the Caribbean now. You got hacked.
Why didn't they hack like FastPass Plus? That's the plus I'd rather have hacked than
What?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, what password you got put up in there? How, is it worth
Well,
anything?
it's through your My Disney experience, right?
That is
You gotta do it,
true.
yeah.
Would you buy it?
Would I buy fast? Yes.
Some I would, yeah.
I hate to admit it, but yeah.
I get a whole day of fast passes.
Like yeah, like I can get a 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, whatever I wanted to in the Magic Kingdom. Sure.
Okay, well there you
Yeah.
go. The Empire. There you go.
If
Empire
it's $6 for Disney Plus for a year,
Yeah, they were taking people. You know, you had like the choice to do the 3 years subscription. Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's
was
what I'm saying.
$7, 3 years.
$7 for 3 years at Disney.
In some cases, it depends on whose account that they got. Yeah, if you subscribe to the 3 years and they caught your password and they sold that to somebody, you would be locked out, and that person would have your account to watch.
See,
that
that's
for
the
3
part
years.
where I'm like, man, these hackers got to stop. Why you got to lock me out of my own account? Like, at least let me have some of it. Like,
have a
I don't
piece of
care if you give my give it to somebody else and make your money, but at least let me.
Be
log in.
nice about it, right?
Yeah.
And say, listen, we stole your, but we didn't
Right.
lock you out. So can we watch? We gonna watch this with you. Just let you know.
Kinder, gentler hacker.
Sell it back to me for $6. I'll pay another $6. That's
Yeah, so that's a good point, Lee. Sell it back to me.
That's
for
like
$6.
ransom, though. That's like
Well, that's all. I'll
Kid
pay a
back.
$6 ransom to be able to watch.
I ain't Mel Gibson. I'll pay $6.
You give me back my son.
I'm putting this $6 out there, and for people to hunt you.
Well,
right.
if any of you ethical hackers out there want to make some money off of Lee,
Yes.
reach out to Lee at magicourway.com.
Yes.
Well, cool, Mr. IT expert. I appreciate all the tips about preserving my accounts online.
I want to protect our people.
I do. I feel it. Yeah, I took a class on it, so I'm not a pro, but I'm knowledgeable of all that kind of stuff that you know. So definitely something to heed. And so, anything else with these stories that you'd like to comment on in your particular segment?
Hey, man, look, I'm just glad you guys listened to the Three Tales and enjoyed them. And look, hey, man, Jamaica Home is NYC, and you dark web people out there, y'all watch out.
Dark
The week
web.
is coming for y'all.
Uh-oh. They could be catching your password and stuff.
That's right.
Don't threaten the dark web. No, we're not coming for y'all. Don't.
Yeah,
no.
you saw what happened with
Please
what's
stay
that Wreck-It Ralph when he went to the dark web?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was spooky.
Yeah, his brother, the goiter dude or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
oh.
yeah, it was gross.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm canceling my Disney Plus right now. I'm going to see which one of y'all could give me share the account. Yeah,
$6.
$6. I think I got half of that in my wallet right now.
That works. Well, guys, let us know what you think about these stories, man. We're about to tell you how to get in touch with us in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed our discussion over some news about relaxation stations as well as some fraudulent tales. If you want to learn more about us, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. You can also get in touch with us to share your opinions. You can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, leave us a voicemail via SpeakPipe widget, or you can call or send us a text message at 1-815-MO-WEEKEND. That is 1-815-669-4226. 669-4226. And of course, we got a couple of guys that do things outside of the podcast. First up, we got Eli. Tell them what you got going on, sir.
Yes.
I got it covered for you today, Eli.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, I do.
He does.
Awesome.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you. I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory. Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru. Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
And if you listeners could see that, he puts on a Deadpool mask when he does that.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Is there anything else you have to say?
Did he cover it all? Or is
Yeah,
that,
he covered it all. Like Stan said, enough said. Now, the only thing he left out was that there's always a link to our awesome podcast, so you never miss a beat.
There you go. Love it.
Yes.
Well, Liefeld's not perfect.
No, but he's a,
Yeah, we
he's a
leave something
comic
for you to
legend.
say,
And,
yeah.
and I appreciate Rob for giving that love to
That
me.
was
That was pretty awesome, yeah.
That's very
Very good.
awesome. But of course, like you say, listen to Rod. That man knows what he's talking about. You some awesome characters. Love it. Facebook, you can see me there, Eli H. Ivory. Project Geisha has a Facebook page. Check that out. You can also find me there on Instagram at eivory504. And of course on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock2166. And one last thing, Harry, if you're listening, it took a while, but COVID couldn't stop it. Finally got the books in, so I'm going to go ahead, reach out to you, and send those books off to Molly be damned. Thank you, Harry.
All right.
All right, Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Right on, Harry.
And look, if you want to book a vacation down to any coast, any Disney park, you can do so through Lee. Lee, tell them how to do this.
All right, just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832 Relaxation Station. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with No.
Hasselvika.
You know, that's a good point. Like, instead of a conservation station, relaxation station.
There you go.
You got to take the train. You got to see the fruit bats, all that stuff.
See the drawing.
And then, yes.
You got to earn it.
Yes, you got to earn that relaxation. That's a good point.
I like that.
I like it
that.
too.
They're
Good
all-
job.
You can be all sanitized on the train, while they're doing
Right.
it, like a hypnotist.
Sanitation is important.
Sanitation station.
Right, you can run around.
Station. Cross the nation.
Across the nation. That's right.
You get to run free, no face mask, no nothing, but you got to earn it. You got to board the train.
I like it. I like it.
points for that.
$6
That's
ticket.
awesome. I like
$6
that.
ticket.
I like that.
Extra cost. Yeah.
That's an e-ticket, man.
That's an Eli ticket.
Face mask plus. Yeah.
And look, in addition, there are so many ways to support the show as a whole. You can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener, and we love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, ladies and gentlemen, we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Ruffles have rippage.
Mohicans! Hey, this is Jane from MadHatterRadio.net. If you love Disney Park audio like my family and I do, please listen to MadHatterRadio.net for park audio music 24 hours a day.